Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our curious viewers, Brad Surfer 42. Thanks for the suggestion, Brad Surfer. You asked, why is W called W when it looks like a double V? If you've ever stared at your keyboard mid-email and thought, wait a second, those are two V's squished together, you're not alone. Today, we're unraveling the weird linguistic, historical, and typographical journey of the most confusing letter in the alphabet. So, if you've ever questioned your entire understanding of the alphabet, stick around as we crack the curious case of W, right here on Explaining Everything. Let's be honest. W looks nothing like a W. It's got sharp angles, pointed peaks, and if you asked anyone to draw it, they'd give you two V's doing a high five. Calling it W feels like calling a sandwich made of pancakes a salad. It's technically got layers, but come on. Still, despite its pointy V-shaped vibes, the name W has stuck for centuries. Why? The answer begins in a place where logic goes to lie down. Ancient Rome. Back in ancient Rome, people were busy inventing democracy, aqueducts, and ways to make togas look breezy. But what they weren't doing was inventing separate letters for V and U. That's right. V and U used to be the same letter. You'd write it as a V, but depending on how you pronounced it, it could sound like a va or an oo. So in Latin, the word unum, which means one, would be written as VNVN. Looks like someone leaned on the caps lock key too long. This system was about as efficient as using chopsticks to eat soup. Eventually, people started wanting a better way to show the wah sound. Fast forward to the early Middle Ages, aka the time of knights, castles, and very questionable dental hygiene. English-speaking scribes, mostly monks, were trying to write down words like water and wine. They realized, hey, Latin never gave us a letter for the woo sound. That's a problem. So what did they do? They got crafty. They started writing two U's side by side, like this, as in, this wine is wonderful. Eventually, this duo was smushed together into a single letter that looked like two V's. But everyone still thought of it as W, because, again, back then, U and V were the same dang letter. When printing became a thing, everything should have become clearer. Instead, it got messier. Printers used a lot of sharp, angular fonts. Curved letters like U were hard to carve into metal. So V got used in its place, even when they meant U. In Old English books from the 1600s, you'll see words like upon and have, and think everyone was yelling everything through clenched teeth. But it was just a printing style. So even though the original W came from two U's, printing made it look even more like two V's. It was an identity crisis in font form. Now here's where it gets even weirder. In English, we say W, but in French, they say double V. That's double V, because their W literally looks like a double V, and they're just being honest about it. Same in German, V. Spanish, double V. Italian, doppia vu. So basically, the only people clinging to W are the English-speaking ones, holding on to a centuries-old branding mistake like it's a family heirloom. It's like naming your dog Cat and refusing to change it, even after it bites 3 mailmen and everyone's confused. W is the only letter with 3 syllables. Let that sink in. A, B, C, D, all one-beat wonders. Then W shows up, demanding 3 syllables like it's the Beyoncé of the alphabet. In cursive, it almost looks like 2 U's again. Maybe cursive was trying to make things right. It's a letter that can't decide what it is. A shape-shifting, syllable-hogging international mystery wrapped in a typographical accident. Why not just change it to double V? Well, because we already call it W. Changing it now would be like changing the word knife to knife and expecting everyone to go along with it. Sure, it makes more sense. Sure, it would help generations of confused kids. But it would also break every spelling rule, Scrabble board, and alphabet song ever made. W is weird, but it's our weird. And frankly, English has bigger problems to fix. So why is W called W, even though it looks like a double V? Because back when it was named, U and V were the same letter. People used 2 U's to make a new sound. Eventually, it started looking like 2 V's, but the name stuck. It's a typo with commitment issues, a character born out of necessity, shaped by history, and preserved out of sheer linguistic stubbornness. So next time someone asks you why W isn't double V, just say, because the Middle Ages made weird choices and we're all just living with them. And that's the story behind why is W called W when it looks like a double V. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit like and subscribe. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.